From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, September 10th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.19 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,194 per ounce. Zen is trading at $16, and the average price of Bitcoin is $6,302. Antiwar.com reports 17 years into the war in Afghanistan, the Pentagon has gone through several periods of trying to sell the American public on the idea that the war isn't a disastrous failure. This is increasingly difficult because the war is going really badly. But lying works sometimes, and the Pentagon has made that standard operating procedure in Afghanistan. The Pentagon estimates on the war are often exaggerated and many times simply fabricated outright. The Pentagon estimates that the Taliban controls or contest 44% of the country. Analysts say the real figure is closer to 61%. Many districts the U.S. does not consider contested have the Afghan government controlling the capital and little else. U.S. figures show Afghanistan having 314,000 troops and the Taliban having about 25,000. Afghan officials say the Taliban is actually closer to 77,000, while the estimate of Afghan forces ignores that about a third of them are ghost soldiers who exist only on paper. In individual incidents, the Pentagon reports tend to be wildly inaccurate, as well as with the Taliban's brief capture of the city of Ghazni. The Pentagon declared this a failed Taliban push the day it happened and downplayed it as minimal. Fighting raged for most of the week, with the Pentagon never admitting just what a big fight it actually was. All of these statements are part of a broad effort to paint the Afghan war as at least somewhat less dire than it actually is. It is rare for them to be called on such deception, though if history is any indication, the latest report will not change the Pentagon strategy. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spend a Bit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spend a Bit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co. UPI reports Dallas police officer Amber Geiger was arrested Sunday night and faces manslaughter charges after she entered the wrong apartment, believing it was hers, and fatally shot a man in his own home. Geiger was booked into the Kaufman County Jail, and her bail was set at $300,000. The incident occurred Thursday night when Geiger, who was off duty but still in uniform, entered the apartment of Botham Jean, believing it was her apartment. She then shot Jean, who died of gunshot wounds on his way to the hospital. Police have not said how Geiger, who lives in the same building, was able to enter the apartment. Geiger was not arrested until almost 3 days after the shooting. Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall said on Friday that authorities were preparing a warrant to arrest Geiger on manslaughter charges, but that was postponed when the investigation was handed over to the Texas Rangers. Attorney Lee Merritt, who is representing Jean's family, said the delay in charging Geiger only worsened an already tragic situation. At a press conference on Sunday, Merritt said he was presented video evidence and witness testimony to police that contradicts the police narrative of what happened during the shooting. However, he did not give specifics on what that evidence shows. Born into a devastating world and raised among the crowd, the Cloudwalker assumes a new identity and begins the unrelenting quest for truth. In this epic journey, he discovers dark secrets about aspects of his previous life that he once trusted. Through the journal of the Cloudwalker, he shares both the traumatic hardships and the eternal beauties of his experiences. Fueled in the beginning by his unsettling thoughts and emotions, he learns how to find peace with everything he has woken up to. Dear Society by the Cloudwalker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports firefighters battled over the weekend to outflank a wildfire that has forced the closure of an interstate highway in Northern California as the blaze swept through explosively dry mountain timber in the Shasta Trinity National Forest. As of late Saturday, the Delta Fire had scorched more than 40,500 acres in the Cascade Range since erupting on Wednesday in a forest canyon along the Sacramento River about 250 miles north of San Francisco. No serious injuries or deaths had been reported, but the blaze has caused major travel disruptions. On Wednesday, flames raced across Interstate 5, chasing a number of truckers from their vehicles before flames engulfed their abandoned rigs. A 45-mile stretch of I-5, a key north-south route through the entire state, has remained closed since then, requiring traffic detours of up to 120 miles. Although the containment of the blaze remained at zero, crews have made gains, clearing away tinder dry brush beyond its leading edge. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.